He was the only Beach Boy that surfed. The rebel, the romantic, the one with the voice that sounded like it have lived 1,000 lives. But what if Dennis Wilson actually broke away from the band, the Beach Boys, in 1970? Today, we imagine a time where Dennis Wilson goes solo, 5 years before Pacific Ocean Blue, and changed rock history in the process. In 1970, the Beach Boys were drifting. Brian withdrew himself from the band. Mike was clinging on to the old sound. Carl was stepping up into lead role. But what about Dennis? He was writing music, raw, emotional, and dripping with soul. Tracks like Forever and Slip On Through. These songs weren't just good, they were signs of something deeper. He had a growing catalog of different demos, moody piano ballads, smoky rockers, and lyrics that wrestled with love, death, and redemption. But what if, instead of giving those songs to the band or putting them away in some vault and never seeing the light of day until years later, Dennis walked away? Picture this. In mid-1970, Dennis announces a solo album. He signs with Reprise or Warner Brothers. Hungry for something authentic post-60s, his debut, tentatively labeled Ocean Eyes, drops in early 71. The song list might include songs like Lady, Fallen in Love, Barbara, Cuddle Up, and Only With You, mixed with some new songs that he would come up with. And these songs were put on later Beach Boy records or shelved. Critics hail it as California's answer to Plastic Ono Band, John Lennon's solo record. A deeply personal, flawed, but beautiful record. A far cry from surf music. This is Dennis's soul laid bare. Dennis's solo move shakes so many things up in music. The Beach Boys already uncertain, and then they just splinter even further. Carl strays into his solo stuff. Mike and Al lean more into nostalgia and maybe even some folk songs. But without Dennis, they lose their emotional core. Meanwhile, Dennis becomes a cult icon, opening for artists like Leon Russell, maybe even Neil Young. Not quite mainstream, but adored by critics and musicians alike. But here's the harder question. Could Dennis actually handle this by himself? His demons were very real. Alcohol, drugs, partying, heartbreak. The Beach Boys, especially Carl, was like his teether. Without them, would he spiral even further and sooner than he did in real life? Or maybe, just maybe, the solo success gives him the purpose he needed. A reason to stay clean. A second act. Maybe when he actually got the spotlight that his music actually deserved. In our world, Dennis never actually went solo until 1977. By then, the world had already changed and he didn't have much time left. But imagine if he had 10 more years of music like Pacific Ocean Blue. Dennis could have been the West Coast haunted poet, California's answer to all the other artists around that time. Maybe we never got the full Dennis Wilson story, but in this universe, we did, and it was awesome. Please check more of my videos out and check out some more what if scenarios in this playlist here.